greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars Dad, Nooch Too Good, and congratulations to you. You've acquired the Chewbacca bundle, giving you a bunch of bounty hunters, or perhaps you have not, and you've just come here looking to see who bounty hunters counter, who counters them, etc., as we always do. So let's take a look at our bounty hunter installation of who do they counter and who counters them. We're gonna try to make this. We're gonna do this a little diverse way, where we kind of look at some teams that include these characters, and then teams that they're least for. There's a lot of bounty hunter combinations in the game, so let's turn this off and take a look at this now. The very first thing you're gonna notice, I've kept this across all levels of Grand Arena. If we take a look at it here, all levels of Grand Arena here, bounty hunters, they get beat a lot on defense. They get beat a lot on defense. In fact, they really are, they've been out of the meta, except for Jabba the Hutt with a bounty hunter team or a Hutt cartel team around him. They really don't belong on defense very much at all anymore, except maybe in early rounds of Grand Arena, when that's a team you got, or if it's just a throwaway team or a team, they just get beat a lot. You can see CLS here is just beating the crud out of them. But if you look specifically at the Chewbacca bundle, you can see characters in here like Jango Fett is being used on the team. Here's Cad Bane. Here's Dengar. Who else? Not Mando. I know we've seen. Let me scroll down here. There she is. There's Zam Wessel right there. We've also. I don't think was Embo in that bundle. Let me take a look at this thing again. Embo is in that bundle, so Embo does fit here. He fits better on a Jabba team though, folks. So let's not lie to ourselves. Basically, guys, you can plug and play a lot of bounty hunters in there with Bosk, but he ends up being a better tool on offense. And let's do something a little bit fun here. And we are going to look at more leads here as we go, but I want to look at the ascending. Let's look at teams that actually don't beat your bounty hunters. Oh, I'm sorry, they do. Sortie, Piet, Asajj, Mace Windu. I don't know. There's not a lot out there. These are, I guess this is ascending by number of battles. Everybody's beating the bounty hunters. Sortie beats bounty hunters, no shot. I mean, everything. The bounty hunters are not a good defensive team. When you put the boss lead out there, they do have some flexibility on offense. Let's go pop up that offense filter here. Let me go ahead and do that while we're watching. So let's go ahead and we're gonna clear up the lead there. Let's go back and let's take a look at offense, boys and girls. And again, if you are not subscribed to GAC Insights and you've got, I can't remember how much it costs, but go check it out on SWGOH.gg. It's a great tool for your Grand Arena to fuel it. And as I'm waiting for this to update, whatever, one note here is that the bounty hunters don't really have a lot of uses for you outside of Grand Arena. They do get you. They are the pilots on an executor squad. That's an important thing to note. They are they also, hang on a second, they also will get you Chewbacca. You need some scoundrels to get Bam, so they fit in some spaces in the game. But anywhere outside of Grand Arena, they're not going to really perform well in a lot of nodes out there. I got this in the Ascending again. Let's flip this here. Yeah, let's look at more battles. So the main team you're going to see out there as far as Bounty Hunter goes is Bosk with Greef and Mando and some other bounty hunters mixed in. Now, Greef and Mando are not included in the Chewbacca bundle. I promise we'll get to more of that as we go. Generally speaking, you can see Jango mixed in there. Dengar is going to be mixed in there for you. You'll see Cad Bane thrown into some of these teams as well. And Zam Wessel makes her way in a lot. Zam Wessel has a really cool Omicron that gives 20% of her speed, offense, protection, health, and something like that to the rest of the bounty hunter team. And that makes her a pretty good tool in there if she's got an Omicron. But generally speaking, the ones we're seeing her early with the boss team, Cad Bane, Zam Wessel, Jango Fett, and Dengar are the ones from that Chewbacca bundle. Hey, there's Fennec Shand showing up. Not an ideal way to use Fennec Shand. Let's take a look at, so while we're at it, let's go look at some Fennec Shand teams since she's in that Chewbacca bundle. And what's that you say with Fennec Shand in the lead at only a 36 or 37% win percentage, only really facing Lord Vader? There aren't a lot of other teams you're countering that don't have Lord Vader. There's a Jabba attempt there that worked out pretty well, but generally speaking, Fennec Shand as a lead is looked at, as a Lord Vader counter in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. There's some, 8% against Leia Solo. She just doesn't really have a lot of flexibility, but if you want someone to counter Lord Vader and you can find some success in the right situations by putting the right team together with the right mods and the right datacrons, Fennec Shand is your choice. And this team here at the top is kind of the go-to team. You'll notice it's just Fennec Shand and then 4 bounty hunters that you do not have in that Chewbacca bundle. Bosk to get you a taunt, Grief to clear all your deep, all those dots got to be cleansed, Mando to disintegrate a few characters along the way, and Beskar Mando to give everybody the damage immunity, and Fennec there just to do all of the damage and land the armor shreds. You can see Zam Wessel mixed in here a little bit against a solo Lord Vader, but yeah, Fennec Shand has a fit as a leader in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. It is pretty much only to counter Lord Vader and nothing else. The success rates are pretty low in this. Now, one thing to keep in mind here, I should probably take the Datacrons out of this mix because this is all going to be with like a protection Datacron. Where is it there? They gain a stack of protection up. Let me see if I can exclude Datacrons from that defensive team. And there you go. We exclude Datacrons from the defensive team. The win rate goes up to 41%. Still not like, you know, world ending, but Fennec can be the lead on a Lord Vader team and against a Lord Vader team. The thing is, even if she doesn't win, she's probably going to clear off some of the parts. Then you can bring out Imperial Troopers or another team to finish off Lord Vader. If we go through this on an ascending basis, we look at some of the battles that lost. That's not what I wanted. I don't know. How do I sort this by losses? I can't remember. Anyway, I know that there are battles that are, oh, here's how we do it. We do this, and then we do ascending. There we go. So even when she loses, that was a pretty bad attempt right there. There's got to be some examples in here. I do it all the time. Why are you going with undergeared stuff there? That's not, well, this is not a good example, but look at these guys. You can't just go in with a bunch of undergeared characters. I guess maybe that's all they got left over. There's a pick-off right there. There's a pick-off of Maul. When I use my Fennec, and my Fennec isn't modded very well, I'll tell you that. I'm usually able to pick off, generally speaking, I can get it down to just Lord Vader. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to say if you handle Fennec right and do it right, you can at least pick off all the pieces around Lord Vader or a bunch of the pieces and then come in and clean him up with something else. But what about these other teams? What about characters like Aura Singh or Aura Singh or perhaps Aura Singh or maybe even Embo in there? Let's take a look at some Aura Singh leads because I know she's got some uses in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And here are those Aura Singh lead teams. Now you can see the problem here. Does anybody else see the problem here? The 3 stars, the 3 main characters of almost any bounty hunter team are Bosk, Grief, and Mando. And you can go out there with an Aura Singh lead, or you can go out there with a Fennec Shand lead. You can put Zam Wessel on the team that you got. This is with an Omicron, by the way. She's going to have her Omicron. But the problem is that any real and effective and good bounty hunter team is going to have Bosk and Grief and Mando in it. And if you don't have them in there, you start to really struggle. But here we see this Aura Singh team. And by the way, we're going to narrow this down to just Bronzium and Chromium in a minute and see if it's any different, but I just don't think it is. If we look at this team here, we're taking out an Adrad team, but I could do that with a Bosk lead as well. I can do that without Aura Singh. I've done it. It's got to be, you can't, a really fast Adrad team, you can forget it. It's not going to work. But and then we got a Night Sisters. That's a pretty common counter, but again, I think a Bosk lead's going to be better there against those Night Sisters. Geos are taken out, not doing Traya, not doing Gas. We're doing Night Sisters again. Night Sisters, Geos, Ewoks. Adrad is probably the most valuable target that we've seen as far as teams are taken out. Now, I know that we can use, there you go. That's not a bad usage right there. Although, I mean, this is probably, out of all of the usage I've seen so far, Adrad and taking out a solo Malgus are the 2 best uses I've seen so far, and all this is going to rely on that disintegrate from Mando. So you're just not seeing a lot of combos of characters. I know you guys are wanting to see the bounty hunters that you just invested in with the Chewbacca bundle, and for those of you who have bounty hunters out there anyway, let's get this narrowed down a little bit. Let's take this down. We're going to keep the defending Datacron out. I want to get this down to, let's just take it to Carbonite and Bronzium a little bit for you guys. So maybe there'll be something unique and different out there in Carbonite and Bronzium. Nope. Nope. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm very, very sorry to all of you out there. You're all wonderful people. Now, I'm going to say this. We emphasize on this channel repeatedly and endlessly, and I go to sleep muttering, farm Bosk and Houndstooth, farm Bosk and Houndstooth, farm Bosk and Houndstooth. And now, Grief, Karga, and Mando are available in the Galactic War Store. So it's not, My voice is giving out. Hang on. Quick drink. Okay. So it's not that big of a stretch to put these teams together that you're going to have them, but I've just got bad news for you. The Chewy bundle by itself, it does give you a bunch of bounty hunter characters. It does kind of round you out for an executor farm, helps you out with a finalizer farm. It can unlock Chewy with the characters in there. But as far as teams you're going to put together with that Chewy bundle, we're just not seeing it right now. Might this change in the near future since so many of you are going to have that bundle? You're going to be trying out different teams. Yeah, it might change, but it just generally speaking is not. Let's go pull up a boss lead here, and I'll bet we're going to see the exact same thing as we've been seeing. Let's go to the lead. We'll take out Aura Singh. We'll put in the lead. We'll put in Bosk. There he is. By the way, you can see there. Let's take Bosk out. You can see that actually in Carbonite and Bronzium, Bosk is the number 5 most common leader on offense down in Carbonite and Bronzium. So he's not uncommon down there, but look, I don't know what to tell you guys. I wish I could come out here and say, hey man, here's all these creative and interesting and different ways to use bounty hunters. It's pretty much what I've said. Bosk, Grief, and Mando on the team. Hey, here's one. Bosk, Boba Fett, Cad Bane, Dengar, IG-88, 90% against a Rex-less Phoenix team. Everything beats that. Yeah, so that's just how it works. That's just how it works. So if you bought the Chewy bundle, go out there and get yourself a Grief and a Mando. Farm Bosk every day. Make sure Bosk is on your roster. Buy the Finalizer bundle when it comes out again. You just need those characters to really round it out. And I could scroll all day. I can scroll all day. It's the basic same team over and over and over again because that's the best team. Even if Aura Singh is the lead, even if Fennec Shand is the lead, you just don't have a lot of flexibility. Now you guys can try some out, these 3v3 and 5v5 rounds of Grand Arena. Maybe you find something out there that's creative that I don't know about, but the deal is that's where bounty hunters fit. I'm not going to say the team again. I've said it enough. And there you go. That is who counters bounty hunters. I don't even need to show you who counters them. When we looked at who counters them, I'm going to tell you CLS counters bounty hunters, Imperial Troopers counter bounty hunters, and myriad other teams. We'll do a quick look here. We will keep it in Carbonite and Bronzium. We will go to defense, and there we go. And we will take a look at the lead. I'm going to put Bosk in as the lead. Again, by the way, note, the third most defensive, the common defensive lead down in Carbonite and Bronzium is Bosk. This is only Carbonite and Bronzium. CLS, Geos are beating it. Wampa's not beating it, so congratulations. CLS, Geos, Mirror Match, Grievous beats it. Gas beats it. Imperial Troopers crush it. I do that all the time. That's an easy one. Darth Revan beats. It's just everything beats it, guys. It's a 77% win rate against this team, and the only reason it's so low is because so many people are throwing Wampa out there. If people would just stop trying Wampa, it would be like a 90%. The Wampa is pulling down this win rate. I love Wampa. You love Wampa. We all love Wampa. We love to Wamp. She's just destroying. Who do we take out for this? Hey, look at that. You're not going to believe this. The highest Wampa win rate is against a boss team that doesn't have Grief and Mando in it. It's all right. So let's take notes for the test. Okay, everybody. This will be on the exam. This will be on the Grand Arena exam for you. Who are the 3 required characters for any bounty hunter team in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? I'm not going to tell you because it's on the test and I've said it enough. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Always remember, Nooch too good.